Welcome to the Soy Checkoff Check-In. I am your host, Chip Flory. We are continuing our conversation with Ohio farmer Steve Reinhard as he wraps up his year as chair of USB, and with Lucas Lentsch as he wraps up his first year as CEO of USB. Lucas, Steve, welcome back to the Soy Checkoff Check-In.
Good to be back with you, Chip.
Thanks, Chip.
Excellent. Okay, guys, in the last episode, we took a look back at 2024. Now, let's take a look forward. And Lucas, what are the plans to strengthen those farmer-led initiatives in the year ahead?
You know, as I look at 2024 and take the learnings forward into 2025, there were three key pieces that I started off this job with, and that was transparency, efficiencies, and accountability, and really driving home value to the board under those three pillars. As I look to the future, though, it's clear to me, it's unity, it's leadership, and it's discipline. As I think about our organization being a unifying voice on behalf of the U.S. soy farmer across organizations, whether it's USB or our partners like ASA and the American Soybean Association, our export partner, U.S. Soy Export Council, or our state qualified soybean boards, understanding that the partnerships exist all across the country and having a unified and really an effort to bring our common voice together, I think is really important. And when I think about leadership, it's being relevant. The leaders of this board representing farmer interests, they want to lead and they want to be intentional. And then at the end of the day, discipline is how we do it consistently in the boardroom or at the office or out in the field.
Yeah. Steve, it sounds to me like you've been working with Lucas on how to take on the job in the year ahead. So when you look to the future, fiscal year 2025, what investments have got you most excited, Steve?
I think one of the most exciting investments that we have working with Lucas is being able to bring in, new staff members. We used to be a contractor-driven organization, and a lot of times when you do that, you're actually working for the contractor rather than having them work for you. So I think we've been able to by bringing this staff in, we have the expertise now within that handshake of the board, and I think that allows farmer utilization of those investments to be more effective, and it ensures that those experts are here for us to talk to and really get that firsthand opinion when we are looking at that investment track and how we can help the return on investments back to the farmers that pay the check off.
Yeah, Steve, I want to stay with you here. Where do you see some of the greatest growth potential for soybeans and the soybean industry in the coming year?
Well, I think we continue to look at how we can gain back more meal and livestock diets is one. We go into continuing to build out our crush. We will have more meal available. Of course, we're looking at exporting meal instead of whole soybeans. Still have whole soybeans, to export somewhat, but definitely going to have more meal. I think we've seen through our studies, especially young pigs and poultry can benefit from having a bigger inclusion of soybean meal in their diets. How dairy is going to improve from using high oleic soybeans. So I think that's a huge market that we're going to be able to build out and continue to look at as we go forward and have more soybean meal to use in the future.
Excellent. Lucas, give us the priority list for 2025 for USB.
As I look to the new year, it is clear to me that we have an organization that is alive and efficient and it's growing, but ultimately driving for value. At the end of the day, what are we doing to drive volume and value on behalf of the American soybean farmer? While we can't take the credit when the prices are up, we feel the frustration when the prices are down. And we recognize that it's everything in between that we're doing to ensure that there's value in the supply chain. And we're going to work hard at that. In the past, we've had a kaleidoscope of an investment. What's clear on the farmers' minds is making sure that we are focusing that investment. And really, you can't look any further than animal or oil and the idea of renewable energy, having a drop-in replacement for petroleum today. Soy oil is the drop-in replacement. And so it's being mindful of where their innovation opportunities exist and not being afraid to charge the hill and getting focused in our effort.
Excellent. No surprise right there, Lucas. That's an ambitious plan for the year ahead. All right, Steve, it has been great having you as part of the Soy Checkoff Check-In. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your commitment to USB, Steve.
Well, thanks, Chip. It's been fun being able to talk with you and be able to lead this organization on behalf of the U.S. soybean farmers.
Excellent. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you for listening. And don't forget, you can keep up with what is happening at USB. Just go to www.unitedsoybean.org for the latest. I'm your host, Chip Flory. Now, let's get back to AgriTalk.